And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We love to help you win in any marketplace. Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you may need it. You may want to give us a call, especially from today's show. You're going to hear some great tips from Vine IT CEO. So, 80 different categories, consumer advocate content, helping you understand your buying decisions, helping you understand all types of different categories, estate and tax planning, real estate, credit, finance, so many different ways we can help you. Save our hotline number at some point. You may need it. 813-750-0550. Call or text the hotline. 813-750-0550. We love to help you win. ConsumerQB.com and Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty for our real estate listing. So we got a great lineup for you today here on the program. Later on, we've got Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing coming in the program as well. And he's our contractor expert contributor. Kind of helps you guide through all those different contractor perspectives where you're getting work done on your house, your roof, things to do, things to avoid, make you more street smart. We also have Mike Thackrey as well, CEO Vine IT, VineIT.com in studio as well. And we got a cool story we're going to talk about. Tampa has just recently been dubbed as one of the top emerging technology cities in the country, beating out longtime rivals like New York City, Miami, San Francisco. So we're going to touch on that. And before we do, I want to thank one of our sponsors here, Veteran Gutters, Brandon Porter and his team. They do such a great job here in Tampa Bay, and they served our country, so you should let them serve you. If you're thinking about getting gutters onto your real estate properties, Brandon Porter, it's an American-made product, and he is a former veteran. I think he was a Marine. Let him serve you, and he served our country. Longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show right here in Tampa Bay. And we'd like to feature our real estate listings to help our sellers profit more and sell faster, utilizing our innovation with radio, TV, and internet marketing. So we've got some great opportunities. 4125 West Nassau Street here in Tampa Bay. This property just hit the market. Beautiful property, beautiful home, 3 bedrooms, 2 and 1/2 bath. You've got 1,600 plus square feet, brand new renovation completed. So it's essentially a brand new home. They put in AC, plumbing, electrical, updated stainless steel appliances, granite countertops. Great opportunity right here in the West Shore District, but close to International Plaza Mall. Great opportunity. 4125 West Nassau Street in Tampa Bay. 1308 East Frierson, another great rental opportunity here. Could be rented out potentially as an Airbnb, or maybe you want to move in and live there. 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,196 square feet at 1308 East Frierson Avenue. You got quick access to I-75. Also, brand new roof, hardwood flooring, stainless steel appliances located in Seminole Heights. Another great listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
This is God's country.
All right, welcome in, Mike. Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me, brother. Appreciate it, man. Excited to be here.
Now, I want to make sure I pronounce the last name properly. I'm not sure if I did earlier.
Yep.
Mike Thackrey?
Thackrey, that's right.
Mike Thackrey. All right, CEO Vine IT, VineIT.com. Tell us a little bit about your story, man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to be here. Nate, my business partner, is usually here. He's our technical expert. Nate's been in business or been in IT for cybersecurity for over 15 years, and you can tell by the. I was watching some of the clips this morning of him on here, and I'm like, dude, the guy just knows.
Smart guy.
Oh, he's awesome. Been around him for 3 years. We've been business partners, but I bring a little different perspective because I'm not the IT guy, right? Like your loyal listeners, there's so many people that are business owners, small business owners, or aspiring. That's me. I'm not the IT guy. So cool story. I had a landscape company that started in 2007. So we started cutting grass over in St. Pete, just knocking on doors. A buddy and I grew that to about 100 employees. So why is that significant? At 100 employees, right around 80, I had people showing up at my doorstep like every day. My email's not working, boss. Like my computer's not working. And I'm pulling my hair out. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm the CEO, the president of this company with like 100 employees, and I'm dealing with people's email. Yeah. Driving me crazy. I've never heard of a MSP, which is what we are at Vine IT at the time. We also had a little data breach. It didn't hurt us bad. And it was before like now where it's getting pretty crazy on the ransomware side. But we had a data breach as well. And I'm pulling my hair out. Fast forward, I actually hired Vine IT. Yeah. So I was a client for like 5 years, kind of like the Hair Club for Men CEO. Now I'm the CEO. If you're under 30, you don't get that joke, but or maybe even older. But and so I sold that company in 2018, and I bought into Vine IT. I'm the CEO of Vine, and the reason is because I saw so much value for small business, and that's where my heart is, honestly. And there's so much value for small business owners. It is not. It's gone from a luxury to have an IT support, or now it's a line item, like cutting your grass at your house is a line item.
Necessity.
Right? It's just a necessity. It is.
It really is. Yeah, I can empathize with your pain there, man. Sympathize and empathize. When I had a business, a small business. I had right at 30 employees, and very similar. I had voice over IP. The internet kept going down. I was threatening to sue the internet provider. You kind of know who they might be. A big name starts with a V, but they, it was like, well, if you're going to sue these people, you got to go to their home turf and a certain thing. It was just ridiculous. Like I could not get it done. But those types of things just cripple a business when you have those types of scenarios playing out. Yeah, absolutely. And it's gone from, like I said, it's gone from a want to a need. So I unfortunately I have a story I wanted to share that just happened this week. I had a great guy, and I can't wait for him to become a client. Last year during the pandemic, he reached out to us and said, "Hey, I need your help. I need your support." We went through the whole process. He's like, "I love you guys, but I'm just not ready." Doesn't sign up. Unfortunately, he calls me this week on Monday, and he says, "I'm having a terrible day." So what's wrong? And he's like, "Look," and he's got 6 to 10 employees, right? Mm-hmm. Good company and locally. And he says, "I just got ransomware." Uh-oh. He's like, "I should have signed up with you guys." Wow. And I guess I'm here today. Obviously, I love Vine IT, and I'm totally biased, because I love my team, and they're wonderful, and I've been a client and led Vine IT, and we do great work. But even if you don't use Vine, Nate and I always say this, even if you don't use us, find someone. Like, you have to have some sort of support. You have to, if you have a bank account in your business, if you have any sort of data, I don't care whose it is, if you have email, if you have people passing money back and forth, sending wire transfers, you have to have some support. Someone monitoring that data and supporting you on a regular basis. Yeah, right on, Mike. You have to. Vine IT here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Mike in studio. Ransomware. You said that term. I just got ransomware. What does that actually mean? Yeah, so essentially it's they get into your system and they say, "I'm locking you down," and they hold you for ransom, and they say, "We want 50 grand, we want 500 grand." What's interesting, what I've watched and observed, and I've watched Nate go in and help some folks, and our team go in and help folks even that weren't clients. I've watched them go in, and they usually get in your system and they'll sit there now. They'll get in your system and sit there for 6 months, watching your keystrokes and everything you do. Everything. They're watching your transfers, and then so they're not going to. If you're a company that's turning $1 million in revenue, they're not going to ask you for a $5 million ransom. Right. They're going to ask you for a $50,000 ransom. Right. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to take you down. Right. Wow. Because they want you out there. Yeah. Wow. Damn. That's crazy, man. I will say this too. Nate has kind of opened my mind to this. Is he's like, "Mike, these companies that are attacking us, or trying to attack our clients," and I'm like, "Hang on, companies?" He goes, "Yeah, these people are going to work every day. Yep. They just go to work. They're not sitting in grandma's basement with a dark hoodie on. They're somewhere in another country where it's not illegal, and they're sitting there, and their job is to get into our infrastructure." Yeah. Crazy. It is. It's crazy to think about that. And then when you actually do get that situation, what's kind of like a consumer tip to do? Like first thing, second thing? I mean, do you pay them with crypto? How does that work? Yeah. So I will say the biggest question that comes up, the biggest question is, what if I pay them and they don't give me back my stuff, right? Yeah. They don't give me back the keys to the castle, if you will. Yep. And by the way, if you have good backups, which all of our clients do because of that's policy for us. But if you have good backups, it's not as big a deal. Sometimes you can go back and restore without having to pay the ransom. Yeah. But
Again, people ask, what if I pay the ransom and they don't, they don't give me back the keys to the castle? And I will tell you that I have yet to see, and Nate even has said, he's like, I haven't seen anyone not give it back. Funny enough, there's kind of like a integrity to a business, and they don't want, so if there's a group, if they find out that there's a group that's not giving back the keys to the castle, well, guess what? Nobody's going to pay them again.
Right. So it'll kind of hurt their whole industry.
Absolutely.
All the other people, they won't get as nice of reviews either.
Correct. That's great. And I'm not saying you don't jump straight to paying. You do some investigation, look at your backups, see if you can restore from there.
Right.
But I would defer honestly to your IT provider, or reach out to someone like us to see if we can help or connect you with someone that could help with that as well.
Yeah. So. Today it's almost not a matter of if but when. You hear it, and you see these big companies, Target, JP Morgan. What was the one just last week or two that we talked about on the show? There was a big one. I think it was a T-Mobile.
T-Mobile. Yep.
I mean, almost every company's getting hit.
Yep.
And Nate was describing it as sometimes, or a lot of times, it's just an internal person that got upset too, and they just take the data and do what they want with it. And
and I would also say, absolutely. Unfortunately, that's accurate. I would also say we see the big, the Targets, the Xerox, the T-Mobiles. But the reality is those are like swinging for the fence for them, for the hackers, right? That's swinging for the fences, and they hit home runs. But their day-to-day activities are for us. It's SMBs. It's small business in the Tampa Bay market, in Florida, in the United States, and elsewhere. Because our policies and procedures, like there's a lot of people listening to this that don't have IT support, that don't have someone monitoring 24/7 their data and their information. They don't have good backups. So who would you go after? Target or us? The odds are you're gonna breach a small business. Right. So you just need to hit 10 of those instead of one of the big ones. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more with Mike Thackrey, the CEO, Vine IT. And we're going to talk about this article, Tampa is top emerging tech city in the United States. It's not one of the tops. It's the top, it says, according to Forbes. More from our expert contributor here on the program. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. Mom fights off mountain lion with bare hands to save her 5-year-old son. Pretty cool story coming out of California. We'll be right back after this short break.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Hey, Margie here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or investing, please give us a shot. We would love to help you. We are a top 1% ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and you can reach us at 813-750-0550. Call or text 813-750-0550. ConsumerQB.com.
Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Back, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in your real estate deals. Let's give a shout out to the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Local staycation or out-of-state vacation, great opportunity to visit the Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. They've got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar and Restaurant, and it's just a great atmosphere to hang out at. And it's not a cookie cutter hotel either. It's got just so so many unique aspects to the property. Check them out online, book directly, and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Talk to Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. BilmarBeachResort.com. All right, a couple of hot listings for this segment. We got some great opportunities here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 117 14th Street in Bel Air. This is a beautiful $1 million listing of mine on Bel Air. It's a double lot, private pool, and all of the best updates and upgrades that you could expect here in Tampa Bay. 117 14th Street, Bel Air Beach, Pinellas County. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 2,800 square feet, private pool, gourmet kitchen, jetted air bathtub, and just minutes from the beach. You literally walk to the end of the street, and you're on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of the beautiful Gulf of Mexico, right here in Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, Mike, I want to get your comment on this. We got Tampa as the top emerging tech city in the U.S., beating out New York, Miami, San Francisco. The organization, this is from Forbes. They released, of course, Jeff Vinnick's, Lightning's owner, the investment in the local ecosystem, 55-plus acre development, and Water Street goes on to talk about how they partnered with Microsoft's Bill Gates. Not a big fan of him, but anyways. So they got this innovation hub, Embark Collective, which now has more 100 startups to its credit, and Tampa's growing number of software and IT companies also help push to the number one spot. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, I'm born and raised in St. Pete, right? So I'm born and raised in this area. So I've seen a change and an adjustment. I said, my dad used to ride dirt bikes where people live now, right?
Yeah, right.
like it's completely changed. So the Tampa Bay area and Tampa as an innovation hub and as a, it makes sense. But let me just say this, real life story. Nate Ginter, we keep talking about him, a business partner, right? He's from Pennsylvania. He's actually up there right now seeing family. And the way he got down here was he got recruited to Vine IT, to our company before I came here. And they said, hey, Nate, you want to do IT at the beach?
Nice.
Is that difficult, right? That's not difficult to sell, if you will. I remember we used to do the same with landscaping. We would recruit leaders down, from the Northeast and so on. But I always think about the labor pool, right?
Yeah.
I think about the labor pool. That's, we have to have, one of the biggest challenges I think we have is affordable housing.
Yeah.
That's for, entry level. We have a lot. The guy walking through Publix yesterday said, oh, you own an IT company. That's what I want to do, right? The kid's 17, 18 years old. That's great, but can he come in as an entry level and afford a house and afford to live in the Tampa Bay market?
Right.
And I think we're doing a good job of addressing that. I think the leaders are doing a decent job addressing that.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of that. You would know more than I on that. But for me, it's all about the labor pool. You've got the USF. You've got University of Tampa. You've got all these colleges, even on the fringe like St. Leo, that are offering technology and classes, and they're feeding into our businesses, which I appreciate greatly. We're always trying to partner with them. We're always saying, hey, we need these skills, we need this skill set. This is who we're going to need. What we do, my perspective is we're the blue collar. My team is the blue collar of IT. Right?
Yeah.
We really are working a shovel of IT. Not a lot of super high tech, Fortune 500 company like cyber stuff. We're working with small business owners. We're getting it done every day. And so those people, those are entry level positions. They're $15 to $25 an hour. And I would say, that's the building that labor pool in our community and attracting that. The attraction is the easy part, I think, honestly. Right. I think that's the easiest part because we go, hey, kids, hey, 20-something-year-olds, come on down, come from
absolutely
anywhere.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Get all that fun stuff to do.
Absolutely, man.
Concerts and all the fine dining. And then you've got the blue state to red state trend that's still out there too, the lockdown states and all that. But you hit on something interesting, the affordable housing. That's always been a challenge for a lot of the big city areas. I remember in St. Peter or in Sarasota, Bradenton, that was a big deal back in the last boom. A lot of firefighters, police couldn't live within the district. They had to buy way outside on the east side of I-75, for example, or something along those lines. But yeah, that's a big challenge, the labor pool, bringing people in, keeping the right people here, and growing your business steadily. That was one thing I wanted to ask you too. Is how do you grow your business and taking into account labor pool, and I also want to get to supply chain later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how do you in terms of taking into account the actual labor pool.
Yeah, like how's that been lately? A lot of the business owners are like, "Hey, man, this is tough. I can't. That same person that I wanted to pay $15 an hour. Some of the contractors, for example, they're paying them more, but they're like, hey, I could work out on the roof with you, or I could go at McDonald's and pay and get the same amount of money and work in the AC."
Absolutely. So it's difficult. The bottom line is difficult. And I will tell you, I have many of my friends are in construction, landscaping. I have electrical contractor. My buddy employs 50 folks.
Yeah.
And we struggle the same way. Especially the biggest challenge for us is we're a fast growing company, right?
Yeah.
So being a fast growing company, having that onboarding process and be able to, I will say, the argument that, which I have argued that, you can work at McDonald's for $15 an hour instead of working out on a roof. That argument is, I understand it, although nobody wants to work at McDonald's that has a college degree, right? They just don't want to. So that's eliminated.
Nor should they, right?
Nor should they. Agreed.
Yeah.
But where I think that we have an advantage is we're not out in the sunshine.
Right.
We're not throwing roofs up. So I come from landscaping where that challenge was immense, and I have so much empathy for that. We struggle less, but less than the contractors are, and they're struggling big time.
I would think so, because you got upper mobility, you got management opportunities. People can grow with your company. VineIT.com. Mike, so what else are you thinking? I mean, supply chain. Here's another thing. You hear about we put out of Afghanistan. There's a lot of I forgot exactly what it was under the ground there, but all across the world, there's a shortage of these precious metals. We bring on Shane Socash from David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. He talks about the precious metals, the shortage, and how those are going up in value. Do you have some insights there, maybe, because a lot of these are used for computer parts and all different types of aspects with your business potentially?
Yeah, so it's a big struggle for sure. Or it's a challenge right now. The supply chain is a big challenge.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a solution. I'll tell you what we're doing essentially, and I got it from a mentor of mine that owns an AC company, and he said, if you're sitting on cash, buy what you can, right?
Yeah.
So like for our clients right now, if somebody, they say, hey, we're onboarding 3 new employees or 10 new employees, or so we have to purchase laptops, set them up, and deploy them, right? We can't get the laptops, right?
Right.
We can't get what we need. We can get laptop, but we're running to Best Buy instead of ordering them from our normal vendors.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're investing in inventory. I'm telling all my buddies, I'm like, man, if you're an AC company, fill your warehouse full of units, and you will get the jobs that your competitors can't.
Right. Good idea.
That's our solution. To me, I'm not going to sit back and let the government or anybody else long-term affect my business. I'm going to find a solution in a way.
Yeah.
But it is a real thing.
Yeah.
It is a real thing.
Well, that's smart. I mean, you're seeing the trend. You're getting ahead of the curve, trying to be on the front edge of that as much as you can, and that's that's kudos to you and your management, and the fact that you have a mentor. Reaching out to mentors. Yeah. How has coaching and mentorship helped you with your business? Oh man, massively. I actually work with a business coach, and I'm actually I'm part of a peer group, and I'm a firm believer in pulling on the coattails of those who have already done it. People want to help, and they want to share. If you're genuine and you're an active listener and you're applying what they share with you, people want to share, man. The guy I'm talking about was a competitor of mine. Yep. So we had like a $3 million landscape company at the time, and they were like a 15, 20 million, and he was in his 50s and I'm in my 30s. Yep.
And I saw him at a trade show, knew his reputation was solid. I went to him, pulled on his coattail, and said, "I need to know you.
Nice,
please. Let me buy you
absolutely.
Let me buy you a beer or something."
That's the way to do it, man. Yeah. That's a great way. Sam McCown is a business coach involved with the Consumer Quarterback Show.
Excellent.
And that's to have that mentorship, to have people help you get to the next step. I'm a former Tony Robbins guy. I can't remember if we talked off air about it, or maybe you read it in one of the bios or something. But when you go to those events, you go to those trips, you take up that mentorship. You got multiple things going there. Of course, you're leveraging their knowledge. You're compressing decades into days. Mm-hmm. You're taking advantage of the power of proximity a lot of times if you're going to trade shows and events. So, yeah, man, that's good stuff. That's awesome stuff right there. Best place to contact you?
Yeah, VineIT.com. You can get straight to us there. Just you can schedule a consultation or reach out via phone right there on VineIT.com, brother.
Yep, and if you're a small business out there and you haven't done so, you got to check them out. Check them out online. They can definitely help you. Don't wait till you're in reactive mode, right? You got to be proactive about these things. So don't wait till you get that ransomware and get hit and then got, oh man, what do I do now? Reach out, vineit.com. You've heard Nate Ginter on the program as well. That's Mike today, CEO Vine IT here in studio. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate
Coming
it.
up, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. Suncoast Roofing, our contractor expert contributor. We'll be right back after the short break. Plus, our feel-good story of the day, mom fights off a mountain lion with her bare hands to save 5-year-old son. We'll be right back.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Johnny, did you say you were ready? There you go, Chuck. You can adjust your volume based on what you're hearing.
Yeah. Now I'm good. Thank you.
All righty. Everyone, please stand by.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We like to feature our real estate listings live on air to help our sellers get more exposure and sell faster for more profit. 207 East Lukes Lake Fern Road, right here in Tampa Bay. Build your dream home on this large lot. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road. This is a great opportunity. Zoned residential, oversized corner lot, and there is no HOA or CDD. Great opportunity. Top-rated school districts as well. Minutes from Tampa Premium Outlets and Wiregrass Mall. 207 East Lutz Lake Fern Road in Lutz. Great buying opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. Now, we also have another property here at 3613 Cabana Court in Palm Harbor. This would be a great rental property if you're an investor looking to pick up some income. 3613 Cabana Court in Palm Harbor. You've got lots of natural lighting coming in, tile in the wet areas and hallways, carpet in the living room and bedrooms. Close proximity to top-notch schools, shopping, grocery stores, and hospitals. Potential rental income property at 3613 Cabana Court in Palm Harbor. You can see all of our properties at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. And we got Chuck Peterson in the house, Suncoast Roofing. Welcome back, sir.
Hi, glad to be back. Lovely Tampa Bay with a little sunshine today.
That's right.
Yeah, no rain. Got a little rain over the weekend, though.
Yes, man. Sir. We've been getting some. Now, contractor, I love bringing you in, Chuck, because you talk about these contractor situations. Of course, we just had a hurricane hit.
Yep.
What's your response from what's happening out there?
Yeah, I mean, the hurricane went back to Louisiana again. Unfortunately for our neighbors over there, that's the third one in 12 months or so, and they're crushed.
Yeah.
We did have a little, we had some damage in Panama City over through the Panhandle, Pensacola up through there. We've gotten some calls from up there, but nothing dire. More of just a big storm, for Florida. So we dodged that one. As far as the state of Florida goes and Tampa Bay goes, I mean, we had a little rain, but that's really it.
Yeah, we sure did.
Yep.
We dodged the bullet. The storm seemed to be moving slow too, so it was kind of like
once it hit land, it was nothing but rainfall. Now I did check before I came in, and there's another disturbance they're picking up coming off Africa. They say it's 90% chance it's going to be a storm in 3 to 5 days, and it's moving west northwest, which means coming off Africa, that's more towards us than the normal west. So something to keep our eye on for the end of next week, following week, something like that.
Chuck, speaking of hurricanes and the scenario, then I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about insurance, and you got attorneys behind those insurance companies, and some of the policies that are written in there when it says named storms, right? I imagine some of it's affected with the named storm. Somebody had call it some kind of a theory here, but it was something along the lines of, hey, Brandon, do you see that do you think there's something to there's more named storms now than ever before?
There's definitely. I mean, you can just check the records, and there's more named storms. What that means for insurance, I'm not sure it's 100% on that. I do know that if it's if it's a hurricane in Florida, for us, our insurance, you have a hurricane deductible versus just a storm deductible.
I see. Okay.
So there is a difference in your policy for the deductible, based on whether it's a hurricane or not. And that doesn't matter if it's a hurricane little or hurricane big.
Yeah.
It says hurricane deductible.
Right.
So that's different. Now, I do know a lot of the warranties, not just the shingles, but a lot of the warranties for anything that's exterior to your house, it does say in those warranties, this warranty is effective for however. unless there's a named storm.
Right.
And then then the warranty's off, and your insurance would take the place if there was damage. So there's kind of there's a two-phase kind of thing going on with, between the insurance company and the manufacturers and those kind of things. So if we put a shingle on and it's got the 40 or 50 year warranty, depending on if it's commercial or residential, and it blows off in a name storm, the warranty doesn't take effect. So you have to call your insurance company. But if it blows off on a storm like we had this weekend, it was just, blew up and blew a bunch of shingles off over in St. Pete, that's all covered under warranty if you had that warranty.
Right.
So it's different. Now if it had been a hurricane that blew them off, then your hurricane deductible takes effect in that same storm damage.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they write it in there. We're talking with Chuck Peterson here, Suncoast Roofing on the Consumer Quarterback Show, longtime friend of the program. Support the local economy by supporting our show. And, of course, if you need anything in the roofing space, contractor referrals, all types of great opportunities, you can reach out to our show hotline, 813-750-0550. That's an off-air number, 813-750-0550. Sometimes when I answer that line, I get people saying, hey, I'm not on the air, am I? So, no, we wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't put you on the air. But we got Chuck Peterson. He's an expert contributor, Suncoast Roofing, here on the program. Chuck, now you brought in some what we call B-roll footage in the industry, so I thought we might go through some of those now.
Yeah. We talk about is it storm damage, and if you're a contractor like us as a roofing, will that be covered under your insurance, or is that something that we can repair?
Right.
And the homeowner just pays for a repair, or is the insurance company going to make you do a repair versus allow you to do a whole re-roof?
Got it.
So we can kind of look at some pictures. All right, so this first picture, and I know the guys out there can't see, but it's a flat deck and it's all ruffled up.
Yeah.
And so that deck has come apart. These are shingles that have come off. All that would be a new re-roof, as many shingles as that is.
So you'd
across
scrape
the
it.
whole field. You
scrape it with one of those big, kind of like
that's
you see.
That would just be a repair. If it's tile and it's just up a ridge line, we could actually repair that. If it was in the field, we wouldn't be able to, but just the ridge line we can.
So you're looking at a tile roof there with holes from some type of damage hitting the tree.
This one's a no contest, right? The tree went through the house, so that's a re-roof no matter what.
They ripped it right in half there.
Yeah. That one will be a new roof as well. This has got several different fields that have shingles missing, not to mention the fact it has external damage. This one you got shingles on the left, the right, missing the other right, all the way over in the middle there at the valley.
Yep.
So that would get a new roof as well. Of course, that one gets a new roof because it's gone.
Yep.
Let's see.
The underlayment looked weird on that one too.
Yeah, it's the old felt paper. See, so the way insurance works is that would be a whole new roof. When they rebuild that first section right there, that building, it would all get redone, the whole roof. You can't match those old shingles.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that one looks pretty rough too.
Yeah. All right, so that's a flat tile roof, and you can see the tiles are tore up all across the field. That would be a completely new roof as well. The insurance company would allow you to have a new roof for that.
Then we're back to the first one.
The flat deck, which would be now that flat deck is a piece by itself, so we can't see above the shingles. But if that flat deck if the shingles were fine, they would just pay for the flat deck.
Right.
They wouldn't pay for your second story roof.
Now, are they going to peel off layers, scrape that roofing off, and then get it down to the plywood to see, okay, is the plywood in good shape or not?
Yeah, and then we replace the plywood, whatever that might be. We have to re-nail the deck back to code, which in Florida is you get a new 8D ring shank nail every 6 inches up your truss lines, no matter how old the roof is or how new the roof is, unless it's been re-nailed in the last 4 or 5 years, which most of these would not have been.
Right.
So we re-nail your deck. And then we put the peel and stick down, put the new shingles on.
Yeah, now peel and stick is a newer substance that's going to help eliminate a lot of the old style. You'd have leakage more often coming through the nail holes.
Yeah, and it's it's one of the only 3 approved underlayments as of the first of this year. So the Florida Building Code recognizes that as, and it's actually the number one. If you go to underlayments, it's number one. The peel and stick across your entire roof deck. So it's a very good product. It's waterproof by itself, so if the shingles come off, it stays on the roof. It helps protect your interior. That's why the insurance companies really like that product so much, is it's not coming off either.
Speaking of insurance companies, when you look at insurance companies, what are some of the tips? Because I know we could get with Jay Smith, A Snoop Inspection, we can get certain 4 points done. We can have wind mitigations done.
Yep. So for Jay, in order to get his inspection to help you as a consumer reduce your insurance amount,
okay,
they're going to look at 3 things that we can do, and one is renailing that deck to code, so that gets done automatic on a re-roof. Putting down peel and stick versus the other 2 approved underlayments.
Okay.
The insurance company counts that as a secondary water barrier because it does stick to your plywood and doesn't come off when the storm comes.
Right.
And then there's the cost of are your trusses strapped to your head wall? That's something that we can do as well. And you just have to decide, is that cost what it costs us to do that? Is it worth the reduction the insurance company may give you?
Right.
So those are the 3 things on the roofing side that Snoop and his guys look at that we would have some input on.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good tips. When we come back, I'm going to have Chuck break down some contractor tips as well when it comes to hiring and selecting the right contractor. And Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing, here in studio. Plus, our feel-good story of the day. Got a great story here about a mom that saves her child, her 5-year-old son, from a mountain lion, coming up right here on the program. Follow us online. We would love to connect with you. Our YouTube channel, we're very close to getting monetized, so if you could do us a huge favor, go to our YouTube channel and just click on it to hit subscribe to youtube.com/Brandon Rhymes Realty. And you can also search it by the Consumer Quarterback Show. You'll find it there. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is Diane Vance with Fairway Independent Mortgage, a member of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please give me a call for any of your mortgage needs. We do all sorts of loans. If you would like information on a mortgage, you can text me or call me at 727-647-8199. I will take care of all your mortgage needs. Go to my website at dianevance.com.
Ian Beckles here with my man Brandon Rhymes, a.k.a. the real estate quarterback. Brandon, what's happening with the market?
Thanks, Ian. We are in a low inventory market, so any of our listeners are homeowners and would like a free comparable market analysis or a 2.5% listing, we will honor this for the first 3 listeners who call or text in 813-773-1253. Free CMA and a 2.5% real estate listing at 813-773-1253.
Check out consumerqb.com. Selling commercial or residential property? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rhymes. Reach me at 813-670-7372 or platinummvpteam.com.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We greatly appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out and supporting our show partners as well. 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice covered here daily on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. ConsumerQB.com is the website as well. And every day we like to tell you something good.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is an interesting story out of California. Can you imagine walking outside seeing your son being attacked by a mountain lion? Well, that's exactly what happened here. A brave mother fought off a mountain lion with her bare hands as it attacked her 5-year-old son outside her California home. The boy was playing by a tree near his home in Calabasas and Thursday morning, and 65-pound mountain lion attacked him, according to the Department of Fish and Wildlife, and dragged him about 45 yards before his mother came to the rescue. And the commotion caused by the attack was the boy screaming to alert the mom who was inside. She ran outside immediately, started striking and punching at the lion, and managed to fend off her son, the lion off her son. And the mom absolutely saved the child's life. And it goes on to say that how this was happened, it was likely because the mountain lion was a kitten and was learning how to hunt for food. So in other words, if it was a full-blown mountain lion, probably wouldn't have got away.
Might not have been as good a turnout.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great, though, right?
Yeah, mom came out and got it done.
Walked them up.
It shows you that hey, don't mess with mom, right?
Yeah, especially that one.
Come out with a wooden spoon or something, wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, she tells you to do something, you better go.
That's right, get it done. So good stuff. We got Chuck Peterson here in studio, Suncoast Roofing in the house, and so we want to touch on supply chain. That's always a good topic. And then we were hitting on something cool between the break there about recycling. A lot of people see these big trucks coming in, and man, they're dumping all these roof. You look at all the roof damage, and then the work, and then now you got they're filling up our landfill. But some of the stuff can be recycled.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the municipalities, if you take a tile roof off, they require you to recycle the tile. So if you have a tile roof, a lot of that gets recycled to the concrete guys, chip it all back up and use it for crush and run and that kind of stuff. Unfortunately for the shingles, there's no recycle at this point, although GAF has a research facility and they have done made some runs from recycled shingles in this past year. So they're trying to figure out a way to scale that and make it operational and costs and all that kind of stuff. So down the road that could be a possibility, but right now, unfortunately, 90% of the roofing material goes to the landfill.
Well, that'd be great if they could. If they could
it'd be fantastic.
I wonder why it can't be like melted back down or whatever.
Got no idea.
Yeah,
that's
it's just
past my pay grade.
And it probably comes out, like you said, it's got to be profitable.
Yeah, it does. You can't just do it because it's a great story, but you got to be able to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Even if it breaks even, somebody like GAF would probably do it because they could use it as a marketing item.
Unless you're the government, they don't have to pay for their stuff.
You never know, right? But right now, the tile is the only thing.
Yeah, the tile.
Well, I'd say the metal. A lot of the metal gets recycled as well. I say that right. Metal gets turned into the metal guys.
Yeah,
but the rest of the stuff, 90% of it is shingles anyway.
I know when I had my business, my contractor business, I would, if there was a lot of metal, there's certain guys I could call. Hey, I'll leave it out by the road. You got to make sure you get it for me now. Yeah. And they promised me they'd get it, so I would get in trouble.
Yeah, and if they didn't, somebody else would take it down to the recycle and turn it in for you anyway and make that money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So supply chain, that's another issue we want to talk about.
So we've talked in the last little bit that supplies are short. I mean, shingles they're getting better. Right. I mean, we're finally catching up some from where we were out for 2 or 3 months. And now we're out less than a month, probably on most shingles. Tiles still 3 or 4 months out, maybe longer. Metal's probably a month out. 2 things. We just had a hurricane, which is going to, not today, but 30, 45, 60 days is going to put a huge demand on the supply chain because, as we know, all those properties out there, it's going to take a little bit for the insurance to pay, but then they're going to start rebuilding. And that's going to take all the, that's an allotment of shingles that's not in the supply chain right now. Right. And the pricing is moving. So if you're out there thinking about doing a roof in the next, this year or next year, we've had 2 price increases in 2020. We've already had 2 in the last 60 days this year. We had a June and an August price increase. And I promise you with the supply that's going to be short with that hurricane, before the end of the year, there's going to be another one. So you're talking about 15 to 20% material increase in less than 6 months. And that is a lot.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking, hey, I need to get my roof done, you need to move sooner rather than later because this isn't one of those ones where if you wait it out, it's coming back down.
Right.
Exactly. They don't come back down.
It's definitely. And then I just had a deal cancel, vacant land that I had under contract, a parcel of land cancel, and they were citing cost of construction. Yeah,
because it's just moving up. I mean, I know plywood's come back down some. We've talked about plywood before. You know how high it is, and it's come back down some. However, this hurricane is going to take that supply. What little bit of overage there is going to be gone.
Yeah, and Haiti got hit too.
Yeah, it's going to suck up all that, in the U.S. production, and the Canadian production is just going to suck all that up because you have to rebuild all that stuff we were just looking at, right? I mean, they're going to start rebuilding on that this week, right? They're going to be trucking in truckloads from wherever they can find it. So, and if another one hits, which is going to happen at some point, and like I say, even for us in Florida, it doesn't really matter where it hits because this supply chain is so tight and it's running 24/7 across the country.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where the hurricane hits because it's not like, oh, hey, we could just go turn that plant on over there and make more plywood or more shingles or more whatever. You can't. It's maxed.
It's maxed out already.
Yeah.
We're talking with Chuck Peterson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Suncoast Roofing, right here in Tampa Bay. Local contractors support the local economy. They cover pretty much the whole state of Florida as well. And you've heard Mary Cernicki on the program over the years. Longtime friends of the program, support the local economy. Suncoast Roofing here in studio. Chuck Peterson. And Chuck, when you look at what we were just talking about, supply chain, labor force, all of that's coming to fruition right now. When a homeowner has a contractor knock on their door, I like to go through those tips with them just to be careful of not to give too much of a large deposit and those types of tips.
Yeah, so I know everybody out there can't see the pictures we just saw, but if we do get a storm and you have shingles flying off your roof and you're like, gosh, I got to get this thing tarped, because that's the biggest thing that we see and we always talk about, right? Is guys are going to come knock on your door. Hey, we can get you a brand new roof. It's not going to cost you anything. We'll tarp the roof, just sign all this paperwork and give us a deposit, right? And normally how that works is there are storm chasers, guys coming in from out of state, using an in-state license from somebody they know. And 2 or 3 things in that deal is, number one, they're going to require a deposit that's bigger than what you need to give.
Right.
15, 20, 50% we've seen deposits given, and then they don't show back up. Number 2 is it's against the law for them to even tell you that they can do your insurance work with the new laws that are in effect in the state of Florida.
Wow.
So it's against the law for them to say that. It's against the law for them to tell you that they can give it to you without you paying your deductible, because your contract with the insurance company says you will pay the deductible. That's in your paperwork. So there's a lot of things that happen when a storm comes that, as a consumer, you just need to be very cognizant of if somebody knocks on your door. If you call somebody, you just check out and make sure, hey, they're a good guy, they're a good company, they're licensed, they're with the state, they can get you a permit. Don't just jump ship the first guy that hits your door, and so I can get a tarp on my house, because that's where we see just hundreds of things go bad.
Right. So that you got to be careful about that, and then also you look at with your insurance policies. There's assignment of benefit. Can you touch on assignment of benefit?
Yeah, so the assignment of benefit, it changed again with a little bit with the law. So the assignment of benefit allows a contractor to talk to the insurance company on your behalf for the pieces of that you assign to him. So like for us, you would assign the roof, the gutters, the fascia, and the soffit, which is the pieces of your roof. We could talk to the adjuster. We can negotiate on your behalf to get the pricing that you should get to get your roof put back on correctly. The downside to that is the guys that come into the state and do that, they try to jack the prices up, and it's what causes the insurance companies to hate all the contractors that use AOBs, is because these guys that come in try to make more money than it's worth, and argue the fact that, hey, it should be $600 instead of $400, and they're just trying to use your insurance claim to make them more money,
right?
Which is not the way it should be. AOB gets a bad name, but it does allow a contractor like ourselves to talk to the insurance company, because with the new rules and the new laws, we can't negotiate with the insurance company on your behalf any longer. And that's the only piece of paper that allows us the opportunity to talk to that adjuster on your behalf.
Okay.
To make sure you're getting what you should get, because the insurance company's not necessarily going to pay you 100% what you should get right off the bat.
Right. Yeah, that's the challenging part of it, is you got to have an advocate on your side. You got to have knowledge on your side. You got to have these ideas, at least that way you're not getting taken advantage of. Unfortunately, a lot of seniors do. A lot of people that maybe not as literate as they should be.
They trust the insurance agent who's a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
But the insurance adjuster who's coming out for that insurance company is not coming out on your behalf.
Right.
They're coming out on the insurance company's behalf. That's who pays them. That's who they work for.
Yes.
So that's something to remember. Even if your insurance agent is your brother-in-law.
That's right.
He still has no influence over what that adjuster pays you for your roof, and is it right or not. He's got no say-so.
All right, final question. USF, Wolfpack, who's going to win it?
NC State's going to kill them, just so you know. I hate that for you, B, because I know you got some history there and all, but and my buddy James back there, he's worried about the spread, and I'm not sure.
Well, we're in a down year. Maybe they call it a down decade.
It's a rebuild. Rebuild decade.
Rebuild. Yeah, there you go. All right, Chuck Peterson, Suncoast Roofing. longtime friend of the program. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate it, B. Thank you, man.
Give a shout out to Vine IT as well. Mike Thackrey was on the show earlier, and we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out consumerqb.com.